What's happening, Grizzly family? It's your man, Dearest Teddy, and tonight we're talking about skincare fragrances. We have the designer lines and the niche brands and things of that nature, but what about the skincare fragrances? Well, I'm going to talk about it tonight. I have four of them over here, and I'm going to rate and rank each one of them. If I love them, you'll get four Teddy paws. If I can't stand them, they will get slashed, and I'm going to be real. Stay tuned. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Teddy Files. I am your resident sommelier, Mr. Dearest Teddy, and over here we talk about fragrance, fashion, self care, health care, and self love. And if you take a moment, can you please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon so that you can be notified when I upload more content. Sorry I haven't uploaded as much as I probably should. Got a lot of things happening right now, but I tell you right now, I'm going to be back on the ball. But that is not what we came here to talk about. We came here to talk about these skincare fragrances. And the first fragrance that I want to start with, the first one I want to start front with is a company that I've actually used their products. I've used their products quite a bit, and that is Grooming Lounge. So Grooming Lounge, they have a lot of skincare products. They partner with other companies as well, places like Molton Brown and things of that nature, and to give you a variety of different things that you can choose from. So they actually have their own fragrances. So they have this one that I bought a couple of years ago called Our Best Smeller, and when I tell you that is one of the absolute best fragrances that I have ever smelled. As a matter of fact, I don't even have to tell you about it. I can't. Well, you can't smell it online, but I can show you just how much I love this fragrance. This is the box for Our Best Smeller. It's very simple brown paper box with blue writing on it. But forget about the writing and the box. This is how much of that fragrance I have used. Yes, this bottle is halfway gone. That's how much I love this. This is a black pepper fragrance, and it is awesome. It lasts a pretty good amount of time on your skin. You get maybe 6 to 7 hours. Hey man, that's long enough. You know what I mean? It's not a fragrance hype beast or anything like that, but what it will do is give you a nice sillage, but you don't want to overspray because this is very strong. So I say all that to say this. This is one of my favorite colognes. And I've been wondering when or if they were going to be coming out with another fragrance. And they did. They came out with two. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm excited. I really love Our Best Smeller. So I'm thinking that the other two, they're going to be absolutely wonderful. So they came out with one called Handsome Devil and the other one, Magnificent Bastard. Look, the names got attitudes. The bottles look like they got attitudes. Hey, I'm all for it. So what I decided to do, instead of getting the full bottle, I decided to get the decant. So I have those here, and this is the Magnificent Bastard, and here you have Handsome Devil. So now the fragrances themselves. I'm going to start with Handsome Devil. Handsome Devil is basically Spice Bomb. It is basically Spice Bomb. Now, I love Spice Bomb. I have a couple of Spice Bombs. I have a couple of flankers of Spice Bomb. So I am a big fan of it. But I don't need a artist pretending to be Spice Bomb fragrance. I even have Obakatare's fragrance that is similar to Spice Bomb. So this is redundant in my collection. So I won't be buying the full bottle of this. And I haven't actually worn it on skin just yet. I just sprayed it on paper. But what I got out of it is Spice Bomb. Now, we can get to Magnificent Bastard. So you would think you got that name, man. This thing is about to blow you out of the water. Now, first thing I want to say is the fragrance itself. It smells pretty good. I cannot knock the way that the fragrance smells. So what I decided was the best way to give this a full wearing is I decided to wear this on my birthday. Make this my birthday fragrance. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. Okay? I shouldn't have done that. The reason being is, like I said, the fragrance smells pretty good, but the longevity is trash. And when I tell you it is trash, it is absolute garbage. I sprayed this on, and I got a couple of sprays. I got two, 5 around here, standard spray. For about a half hour, I could smell it. Now I won't say it projected like this great fragrance beast, like it went all over the place. It did not do all of that, but I could smell it. So I'm like, okay, this is great. After a half hour, I could barely smell it, and I'm like, okay, no, there's no way. There's no way. An hour and a half to 2 hours, the fragrance was completely gone. I put my hand up to my nose, put my wrist to my nose. I could not smell this at all. And the reason that this bothers me, is not because it smells bad. It's like I said, it smells pretty good. But they're asking you for a 100 ml bottle off of their website. They want $75 for each one of these bottles. Now, I can think of at least 5 fragrances off the top that I would probably spend that much for. I'll go with, let's just say, Dolce & Gabbana is the one. I'll pay that. Just another one, just right off of the top. Let's see, I'm drawing a bit of a blank here. But right now, the only reason I'm drawing a blank right now is because this was very disappointing. And then to think that it's going to be $75 for a 100 ml bottle of a fragrance that only lasts maybe an hour to 2 hours. No, I can't get behind that. So you can buy this at your own risk. Like I said, this is Magnificent Bastard. But as far as I'm concerned, the 2 new fragrances from Grooming Lounge, yeah, you get a slash. You get the bear attack, because this is horrible for what you're asking for the price. Gotta do better. But as far as, let's give it a rating from 1 to 10, half a one. If you're going to ask me for $75 for a fragrance, I'm upset that I spent $20 for the decant. You're going to ask me for that much for a fragrance, it damn sure better last at least 4 hours. 2 hours, an hour and a half at the most, depending on your skin type. You may spray it on and it disappears immediately. So yeah, for $75, definitely not worth it. Okay, I think I've given Grooming Lounge a significant amount of smoke for those 2 fragrances. So we're going to try to see if we can go in a different direction. Okay, so the next fragrance that I want to talk about is from Manscaped. So we all know what Manscaped is about: keeping your balls clean, getting the lawnmower 2000, and literally manscaping yourself, taking care of yourself as a man, in which we should all be doing. So Manscaped has their own fragrance as well. That would be this one here. And that is another one that I have available. The Refined Cologne. Yes, it's very refined. This box comes in. This is the 50 ml. And yeah. Here's your bottle. Refined Cologne. Now, it is a citrus-leaning fragrance. It has a little bit of sweetness in it. Can't really come up with the notes breakdown at the moment, but it smells really good. It has almost like a cashmere type smell to it. and I'll just spray it in the air so I can. It comes off sour first, though. I'm just gonna let you know. When you first spray it, it kind of comes off just a little bit sour. It was like, okay, what the hell? Like, did the orange go bad? But no. Once it starts to get to the dry down, which usually happens about 3 seconds after you spray it, so that the initial blast is like, what the hell? And then it's like, okay, what the hell? All right. You start to like it. And you start to get that cashmere, linen, fruity type of smell going on here. And it's a good one. This one lasts about 6 hours. This is a good one. This is a 6 hour fragrance. And remember, everybody, we're talking about skincare fragrances. This is not what they specialize in. So you kind of got to taper your expectations just a little bit when it comes to some of these skincare fragrances. They're not going to be those ones that last for 14, 16 until there is one. Is there one on the list? I don't know. You're going to have to stick around and find out. But this one is very, very, you smell the cashmere in it. You smell that linen, that it's almost like a bitter lemon at the beginning of it. And the dry down really, really sets the tone. And it has a pretty good sillage. It's not crazy. It's not something that's going to like walk around the corner or have people following you like Spike after a steak on Tom and Jerry. But it smells pretty good. And it's definitely worth it. It cost me about $50. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and say that it's worth $50. But I will say this. It's worth purchasing if you could find it just a little bit cheaper. It's going to be hard to. This is why I found this one at Target. But I enjoy it. I do wear it. I have gotten a pretty good amount of wears out of it. Put a little bit of a dent in it, if you could see it there. Just a little bit of a dent. So I've actually worn it. I actually enjoy wearing it. $50, not sure that it's worth $50, but if you want to experience the scent profile for yourself, you really can't go wrong with Manscaped Refined Cologne. What is my rating? If I'm going to give it a 1 through 10, I'm going to give it a 4, which isn't bad. Isn't the greatest, but isn't bad. Like I said, the opening, that little sour opening, a little bit of a throw off, but it's not a deal breaker. Because I also have a couple of other fragrances here that I have to talk about. So I'm going to give it, this is my honest rating. I give it a 4 out of 10, which isn't too bad. Give it a shot, and you tell me what you think for yourself. So, Manscaped Refined Cologne. Check it out. Like you did. So the next fragrance on the list is by a young brother named Calvin Quallis. And if you've heard the name, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. And that would be Scotch Porter. Scotch Porter, black-owned brand of skincare and things of that nature. He also has his own fragrances. So I have the 5-piece fragrance library that he sells. It's about $25. This is what it looks like here. This is the box here. Okay, a little closer. Hopefully you can focus. Look like it's not, but you get the picture. So this is what the line looks like. So what you have is Badlands, Miami, Duppy, I believe, Glenwood, and the Porterhouse. So there are 4 different fragrances, and I've tried them all. I like them all. Do I have a favorite out of the 4? I absolutely do. And that would be the Porterhouse. The Porterhouse is very, very masculine. It's green, but yet sweet. It's refined, if I could, use the word. It's very in tune. I guess that's the best way that I could. It has a modern fragrance to it, but a bit of a older twist. It kind of gives off a bit of a fresh barbershop vibe with quite a bit of sweetness. It's a pretty good one. Let me see if I can get it out of here. Let's see. This is the porterhouse right there. So I'll bring it up in the camera so you guys can see it. Probably won't be able to see the gold writing on it, but that's the porterhouse, and I will take it. And you see, they're actually nice size bottles of fragrance, so you get a good amount in here. So we're gonna go ahead and spray that. It's really good. It's very alcoholic at the opening, but once you get it to calm down, which once again about 1 to 2 seconds, it calms down. Like I said, it has a really fresh green and sweet fragrance to it. It's really good. The other ones in the line, I would say Miami would be my next favorite one. The Miami Duppy, I believe that is how it's pronounced. A Dupe. I'm not sure. I don't know if we want to get French and fancy with it, but I would say that this fragrance line right here is definitely worth what I spent for these testers. I'm going to get a full size bottle. I'm definitely going to get the porterhouse. I would recommend that you get it. I saw it on his website for about $69. I'd say it's worth it. I would say it's worth it. When I sprayed it, once again, another skincare fragrance, about 4 to 6 hours. Can't really beat that for what you're spending. You could probably get something a little cheaper, as far as cheapy brand fragrances or whatever. But if you want to have these scent profiles right here, then you're going to spend a little bit of money. So I mean, they're not crazy expensive. Like I said, this thing's $69. I would not spend $75 on. You already know. I'm not going to hop back on them. I feel like I'm jumping on them now, so I won't do it again. But yeah, as far as Calvin Quallis and the Scotch Porter brand, it is definitely worth the purchase. It's definitely worth the purchase. Calvin Quallis's fragrances, they get a 6 out of 10 from me. So that's really good. Actually, really really good. It's over the board. Um, I'd purchase it. I would check them out. I would get this. Go online and get the testers before you get any of the fragrances. Before you buy an entire full fragrance, get these. You have enough sprays in these that will let you know, or let you sit with them long enough to know which one you like, if you like any of them. Like I said, the Porterhouse is my favorite one. I'm going to be getting the full fragrance of that pretty soon. But as far as the rating goes, Scotch Porter, like I said, 6 out of 10. So if you want a great experience, great fragrance experience from a skincare brand, go with Scotch Porter. Pretty. All right, guys. The next fragrance I'm going to bring up here is one that I discovered for myself. I discovered it, I would say about maybe 2016 or so. Um, I hadn't purchased anything from them. I saw that what they had going on online, and I thought it was interesting, but I hadn't purchased anything until about, I would say, 2019. And when I gave him a shot, I was pleasantly surprised, and that would be Hawthorne. Hawthorne is another skincare fragrance brand, but they put a bit more of an emphasis, just a bit more of an emphasis on their fragrances. Why do I say that? Is because they have an entire program that they will cater the fragrance towards you, like your lifestyle. Are you evening person? Are you a morning person? When would you buy or use your fragrance? Would you use it more at work? Would you use it more at play? And they actually fashion, or they will pick one of their already made fragrances as the best results for the test that you take online. I thought it was pretty cool, but there's also an option to skip all of that stuff and just go straight to the fragrances. Okay, and that's what I usually do. I go straight to the fragrances. All of the other stuff is pretty cool. If you wanted to have them pick one for you, I don't really like people picking fragrances for me, so I just decided to just skip the line and go figure it out for myself. And when I did that, I was pleasantly surprised. I have three of their fragrances now, but so far, the one that I love the most, I love them all. Now, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love I have 3 of them, and I love all 3 of them. But this one right here, this is my work cologne, and this one is one of the freshest ginger-based colognes that I've ever had, that I've ever smelled. And this right here got me in one day 4 or 5 compliments. 4 or 5. Now I don't go around fishing for compliments. I wear fragrances because I love the way that they smell, and I absolutely love the way that this one smells. It almost reminds me of. Now, if everybody in the fragrance community will probably know this one. This reminds me a lot of Davidoff's Good Life. A lot of Davidoff's Good Life. I mean, that blast of just ginger right at the front, and then you get your lavender, and there's some smoky notes at the back of it. I mean, it is just really, really, it's a really good fragrance. Man, this is, oh, it's actually like covering the air right here. And I'm in a nice open space, and it's really just, man, this is a beautiful fragrance. This is really good. If you get an opportunity to, go on to Hawthorne.com. Go take the test if you feel like that's what you want to do, or you can just skip the line and look at all of the different ones. They have ones for earth and for spices and all of these different ones that you can choose from. And go pick one out for yourself. Like this one here, this is definitely going to be coming up pretty soon because it's more of a summer fragrance. I did wear it in the winter time. I would have worn it in the office, so it's pretty much temperature controlled. So it's not like I had to wear it in a bunch of cold. But when I was in the office and I sprayed it in the office, I put it on right after I got out of the gym. And like I said, like before I could even get to my desk, I already had 2 compliments. By the time I got to my desk, 3 more followed. So this one right here, if I'm going to give it my rating, yeah, 8 out of 10, man. 8 out of 10. Definitely worth checking it out. So, like I said, get over to Hawthorne.com, and hey, look, you can take my word for it, or you could try for yourself. But this right here, the work cologne, you probably can't see it because it is a cream front with white writing. But I promise you, this is definitely one worth picking out, and check it out for yourself. All right, everybody. I know I said 4 fragrances, but I actually have a 5th. I almost forgot it was actually sitting over here. I had these guys sitting over here for a couple of days. But and I can't believe I almost forgot it because to me, it's the absolute best out of all of them. And that would be 1821. 1821 is, they have soap, or let's say body washes. They have some of the absolute best body washes that I've ever used. We're not going to get into full detail about the body wash because I'm actually going to do a video about the best body washes to use, but they are definitely at the top. Like I say, we'll get into them later, but I want to talk about their cologne called Tobacco, Sweet Tobacco. And Sweet Tobacco, here it is right here. I actually have it in my hand. This is Sweet Tobacco. And this is one of the most, you want to talk about something that can cut through the cold. This right here will cut through any kind of cold weather you got. It stays on your skin for hours. I have clocked mine at about 10 hours. And this is, once again, this is a skincare line. I would consider people that make soaps and beard care and things of that, I consider them skincare lines. This is a skincare fragrance. This thing cost me about $80, and it is $80 well spent. Well spent. I can't say anything wrong about this at all. The opening is great. The dry down is even more amazing. It sticks with you. It floats through the air. The only thing I will warn you about is overspraying. If you overspray this one, you are going to blow people out of the room. They are not going to want to be in the room with you because you will be absolutely obnoxious. You drive yourself crazy after a while. But keep the sprays to a little bit of a minimum. A good 5 sprays is more than enough, maybe even 4. You might want to just keep it down a little bit low. But this one, it has a really thick, sweet really thick tobacco flavor to it, and it's almost like a sugar tobacco type of flavor. It almost has this caramel type of flavor to it. Caramel and tobacco. It just smells great, man. Like I said, it stays on your skin for hours. I clocked mine at about 10 hours. And if I'm going to give this one a rating, this is a 9.5 out of 10. Can't do the 10. I'm going to reserve 10 ratings, but as far as skincare line, this is the absolute best one. This is the best one. You cannot go wrong with tobacco, sweet tobacco from 1821. If you want to pick any one of these up, I'll go ahead and put some links down in the description box. But if I'm going to give you the best recommendation on which one I think is the best one for you, I got it in my hand right now. 1821. Can't go wrong. If you love sweet fragrances, this is definitely the one for you. Go check it out. All right, everybody, that is my time for the top skincare fragrances. Tell me what you thought. If you agree, if you disagree, I'm more than willing to listen to what you have to say. And make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and make sure you hit that bell icon so you get notified when the next time I decide to upload one of these fragrance videos. And remember, everybody, I am Mr. Diaz Teddy, your resident sommelier. And remember, over here, we don't do steaks, so please don't be a stink ass. Have a good evening.